What's up guys, Brian's here. Welcome back to the channel. We are playing Swords of Legends Online once again today. For today's video topic, I will be guiding you on how to clear Yemo City, the very first dungeon, on hard mode today. I will give you some tips on how to deal with the bosses to clear the hard mode effectively. Let's get started guys. Alright, we are here in the hard mode of Yemo City dungeon. Now, in the video, you will see that I am in a team of 10, but it is because we are trying to help out some of our guild's members for this dungeon because they haven't cleared the hard mode yet. But the ideal party group to clear this dungeon is 5, okay? 5 members in one party, 1 tank, 3 DPS, and 1 healer. Your equipment's level should be at least 50 before attempting this dungeon on hard mode. How do you get your equipment to level 50? Simply just run all the dungeons every day on normal mode. They will drop your level 50 equipment piece, okay? Now, when clearing the mobs, I suggest you group them slowly and take them a few at a time instead of grouping all of them together like how you do in normal mode, because that way your tank won't get killed by getting damaged too quickly and your healer won't heal them fast enough. So just proceed carefully and soon enough you will reach your very first boss. Alright guys, for the first boss, he's pretty straightforward. At the beginning, she will randomly charge at the random direction and jump back at the tank. So just pay attention to that and dodge accordingly. If she's like jumping at you, at around 75%, she will say something like, the Wuzhao clan once exterminated her clan, and she would do an AoE attack on her mount. It is a cone area of attack, and you can easily dodge this by either staying closer or jump or run behind her while she's doing the jumping animation. Okay? At around 60% of her HP, she will dismount and do a small AoE damage around her. So just pay attention to that. I am not sure about the AoE damage though, because that's what my healer told me. I wasn't paying attention to the damage. So just pay attention to that. Maybe there is a small AoE damage around her. Okay? But just to be safe, jump out a little bit and then go back in. If you are a melee, of course. Now, while she being off the mount, she will sometimes randomly summon some minions. I think there was 2 or 3 minions. But that should be an issue for your tank. Just group them together with the boss and kill them. Now, there's 2 attacks to look out for when she's off mount. One is called Swords Energy Formation Spread. It is an AoE attack, and when she releases the skill, there are 2 ways to deal with this. One is to stand in front of her, because the surrounding of her won't be harmed because it's a spread damage, but it's pretty far away, like the areas around her won't get hurt. And the second way is to stay as far as possible from her, because the further you are, the lower damage you will take. So for the melee, just stay close to her and you'll be fine. And for the range, when she shout the name, just stay as far as possible to reduce damage, okay? The second skill to look out for is called Flexible Gesture. Okay, this is an interruptible skill. You need 3 interrupt for this skill. So pay attention to the interruption as the bar going up. Just interrupt as fast as possible. And don't worry about interrupting at the same time. There will be count. So just pay attention to that. And that's pretty much it when she off the mount. I mean, at around 10%, she will resummon her mount. And that's about it for her. Not too hard, just at 10%, just wither her down, pay attention to her attack, and you'll be fine. Pretty straightforward. Alright guys, after taking out the first boss, so just go ahead and proceed until you see the second boss. Remember to group them slowly and take them out a few at a time just to be safe. And sooner or later you will reach your second boss. Alright, for this boss, he is pretty straightforward. You just have to look out for 2 skill and slowly wither him down to kill him. The very first skill is called Siege. Your tanks here need to be aware of this skill and use damage reduction skill, as the percentage of HP lost by the team will depend on the damage the tank receive. So just make sure your tank knows about the skill and use the damage reduction skills accordingly, okay? For the second skill, it is called Armor Breaking Strong Attack. The boss will summon a group of mobs running towards you, and these mobs can be pulled by the tank, but they cannot be aggro, meaning the initial target of the mobs cannot be changed and your tank cannot add hate to the mobs. So what your tank needs to do here is to time his pull correctly and pull these mobs, as the boss will do an AoE skill, and that will kill off the minions for you, okay? And don't be mad at your tank if your mobs attack you just because the tank cannot pull the mobs and you take some damage. Just be patient with your tank because these guys cannot be aggro, okay? And that's pretty much for this boss. He is quite tanky, so it'll take a while to beat him, but just pay attention to the 2 skill that I mentioned and you'll be fine, and soon enough you'll be able to take down this boss, okay? Alright, after taking out the second boss, proceed and clear the next area slowly. Once again, take your time. Don't worry about how long it takes, just go slowly, few at a time. Make sure your tank is healthy and you will reach the last area. Okay. For the bosses in this last area, the very first boss, there is no special mechanics for this one. Just gather the mobs and kill them. Okay, now for the second boss, she will have minions in the area, and when there are minions in the area, she will have a shield on her, and you cannot attack her while there are minions on the field. So your tank needs to gather the mobs away from the boss, kill all the mobs, and then the shield will be broken and you can attack her. And just repeat that and you will be able to kill her in no time. For the third boss, there are a couple of skills to look out for. One is called Bash. This skill is pretty powerful and might one-shot your tank if your tank is not careful. So when you see the skill being called, just go ahead and use damage reduction skill to make sure the tank is not taking too much damage. The second skill is called Poison Circle. The boss will summon, like, I think 5 poison circle around him, so make sure when you damage the boss, stay away from the circle. And that's pretty much it. He has another interruptible skill though, called the Field of Negative Chi. It is an interruptible skill, so make sure to interrupt the skill when you see the skill bar is charging. And that's pretty much for this hard mode boss. Alright. Congratulations, you have finally be able to clear Yemo City on hard mode difficulty. I know some of you guys gonna say, hold on a minute, there's a hidden boss in this hard mode. But that will be for another video. There is a clearing time limit requirement if you want to attempt to kill the hidden boss. So I will make a separate video for that, and along with the requirements and the boss mechanics and how to kill her effectively. I hope you enjoyed my guide on how to clear Yemo City dungeon on hard mode, minus the hidden boss of course. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing, More video guys will be coming out soon. I'll see you next time. Peace out.